So you want to increase your punching power. You want to get the knockout. Today, I'm going to be teaching you all some very practical things when it comes to boxing that's going to help you to increase your punching power and hopefully get that knockout when you have a match, or if you're just training boxing for overall fitness, this will still help you as well to increase your punching power. So we're going to talk about shadowboxing. So as you all can see on the screen here, I'm shadowboxing. Now in this clip, I'm actually shadowboxing using dumbbells. Dumbbells are light, they're 3 pounds because I still need to focus on keeping my form in check. I need to make sure everything is tight. But if you all really take notice here, I'm making sure to turn those punches over, making sure to put my hips into my hooks and my uppercuts, because the power from your punches is going to come from your body. It's not going to come from throwing your arm super hard. Your body is one big, I like to look at it as like a train. Everything is connected. So if you're putting your body into the punches, that is going to help to increase your punching power. Now, the way you practice this is by shadowboxing, doing things like I'm doing, shadowboxing with dumbbells. And those dumbbells are going to help you to improve your shoulder endurance as well, which is going to help a lot as it gets later in the fight. Now, you see me here shadowboxing with a resistance band. So now I'm punching against that resistance, which in turn is going to help to increase my punching power, because then when I go to punching without this resistance band, I'm going to have more speed and more power on my punches. So when I first start shadowboxing, I like to do a round with no dumbbells, no band. I start off just body weight, keeping things nice, slow, make sure my technique is on point. Then next round, I grab either 2 or 3 pound dumbbells, which you all saw me do already. And then I'll move to some resistance band shadowboxing. So there's nothing wrong with shadowboxing with resistance or with the dumbbell, but you don't want the dumbbells to be too heavy, because then that takes away from your form. Now, keep in mind here, everything you all see on the screen, I'm changing speeds, changing levels, but most importantly, I'm making sure to turn my punches over and put my hips into my shots. Now, I got a knockout in my fight in May. It was headgear and everything. If anybody has boxed before, then you may know how difficult it is, or you may not know, but it is difficult to knock somebody out with headgear. But it's very important that you visualize during your shadowboxing. You want this to mimic what you're going to see in the fight. So while you're shadowboxing, work on your defense, work on your counters. The punches that are going to hurt the most are the punches that your opponent does not see coming. And then if your opponent does see it coming, let's say it's later in the fight, you have great endurance because you've been training hard. You've shadowboxed like you're going to fight. So when that third round comes in, let's say it's a minute left, then you still have energy left in the tank and enough energy to get your opponent out of there. So one thing that I really like with the shadowboxing is, especially with the dumbbells, even when I'm tired, I still push myself that extra mile, because I know if I get tired in training, when it comes time for the fight, I'm not going to get tired. But I also want my power to carry over to later in the fight. So that way, in the third round, I still have power. And if my opponent is tired at all, he's going to feel my power even more. And ultimately, we're going to get the knockout. So, I came from a background of lifting weights and bodybuilding. Now, yes, I had strength already, but when it comes to boxing, it was a complete different beast. It wasn't, I had big muscles, so I was able to get a knockout. No, it was all about my body mechanics, making sure that I'm getting my hips involved in the shots, making sure that my defense is tight, making sure I'm countering, and throwing with my opponent. So 3 tips we went over today to increase punching power. First tip, shadow box. You should be shadow boxing every day. Now, with your shadow boxing, you want to add light dumbbells. 2 3-pound dumbbells are enough. If you're a heavyweight, then you can do 5-pound dumbbells. Just make sure that form and technique is tight. Then the last tip I have for you all is to shadow box with the resistance band, and you can mix up the levels of resistance of that band. All right, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next one. Peace.